everyone, it's New Year's Eve! Yeah! And we are counting down into the show. Here we go, everybody. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's Will Ferrell, everybody!
Hold on, please. Thank you. I'm sorry, everyone. There's been a terrible incident. A gigantic, magical, flying wine truck has collided with the studio, and there are hundreds of bottles of Sauvignon Blanc everywhere.
What?
I kid you not. What an idiot. Come on, people. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start the show! Good evening, one, and good evening, all. Welcome to the show. I'm Graham Norton. We have a fantastic show for you tonight. Some amazing guests, including a handsome young man who's making quite the name for himself. That's Will Ferrell. Wow, that guy is ripped. Really ripped.
There was no wine. That is not your beard, and that is not your body. Go
There
away.
wasn't any wine.
Wait.
I saw a wine truck.
Wait. Will Ferrell, everybody! He'll be back. He'll be back later. He will. Will Ferrell. Oh, so it's New Year's Eve. Everyone have a good Christmas? Did you? Really? You don't look well. We've got a great show for you to enjoy tonight. Wherever you're celebrating, whether it's on the beach, on the ski slopes, or on your own local high street. That's me. It really is a magical time of the year, isn't it? And, ladies and gentlemen, we are bidding farewell to 2015 with a great lineup of guests. Not just Will Ferrell, he'll also be joined by his Daddy's Home's co-star, Mark Wahlberg, everyone. Yes! They'll be here later, and we'll have a performance of one of this year's best-selling hits from Years and Years. They're here. Adorable. But first, this man has had a phenomenal year, winning the BAFTA, Golden Globe, and Oscar for his portrayal of Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything. Now he's fit for further glory, playing the first person to undergo gender reassignment in The Danish Girl. Welcome back, Redmayne, everybody! Who wowed us in The Hunger Games, X-Men, and Silver Linings Playbook. Now she's Golden Globe nominated again for her role in the rags to riches movie Joy. Please welcome for the first time to the show the wonderful Jennifer Lawrence! Yay!
I'm keeping my lipstick here because I think we're going to be here for a while, right?
I love that emergency lipstick.
I did, yeah. I should hide it from the camera.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know, this is where babies come from.
No, showbiz babies.
I'm so happy I picked this dress.
It's a nice sparkly...
I'm just going to get drunk and then I won't care.
Yay! It's New Year's Eve!
Yay!
Don't forget that.
I don't know. I really hate New Year's Eve. I've never had a good New Year's Eve.
Always a disappointment.
It's always disappointing. Everybody's always like chasing a good time.
Jennifer, on message, this is New Year's Eve. People
right.
are watching this.
I'm on the Graham Norton show.
You're depressing them now. They're
Do
thinking...
people think this is how I'm spending New Year's Eve?
No, that's my point.
That's so sad.
I know. Now they're thinking, no wonder she hates it.
Yeah.
No. So in real life, you're doing nothing?
I don't know. I'm gonna like plan on doing nothing, and then if something like lands in my lap, I don't know. I always end up like disappointed, drunk but disappointed.
That's my life.
That's the title of my memoir.
Damn, I should have got that title. Eddie, what are you doing?
Well, I am. Do you know what? My wife and I are trying to. We're renting this place in the countryside, and we were hoping it was going to be ready.
I would love to.
Come. But unfortunately, apparently, I don't think there are any carpets or anything. So, but we are stubbornly.
Why does Jennifer need carpet?
Well, she doesn't need carpet. Just bring a sleeping bag, join us around the fire. That's the plan, anyhow. I think.
I think he means that I'll only go if there's a red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no red carpet.
Yeah.
How will you get in?
Where do I step?
Just in the car. How does this happen? Well, listen, Jennifer. Jennifer is returning to our screens in the latest comedy drama directed by David O. Russell. It opens tomorrow. It's called Joy. You play Joy. So tell us about Joy.
Joy is the story of Joy Mangano, also inspired by other women who inspired David. But and she is a mother of two working at Eastern Airlines. She gets this brilliant idea for this mop, and it's about her journey to kind of make it happen. And then the story of success afterwards. I have now had far too much whiskey to promote this movie.
No, what's great about it, because it is a true story, that you think you know where it's going, the plot.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, what just happened? It's a mad story.
Yeah. Thank God that's not what I said. I think you know what's going on, and then it's like, yeah. That's how I feel like talking about it now. You're totally right. Yes. Yeah. There are a lot of ups and downs, and some beautiful and scary, ugly sides of success.
Yeah. What's it like working with all the Robert De Niro?
Oh, it's so fun.
Is it kind of fun working
Have
with
you
pals?
ever had repeated?
No, never.
No?
No one wants me back.
Yeah, once bitten.
That can't.
All right, let's watch a clip. This is the clip from Joy, and this is
You watch it. I'm going to change. Okay, sorry. Play the clip.
You look lovely. You look lovely. This is you and Bradley Cooper, and you fighting for your place on QVC.
You said to me that David Selznick, the son of immigrants, married Jennifer Jones, an all-American girl from Oklahoma, because in America, all races and all classes can meet and make whatever opportunities they can, and that is what you feel when you reach into people's homes with what you sell. You said that.
I should have symbols.
I'm fantastic.
God, I'm useless.
You're so good. You're so good, and so good in this.
Thank you.
And of course, the third time you've worked with David O. Russell.
Yeah.
And it sounds like when he's directing you, he doesn't really have a filter. Did he ever have a filter? He certainly doesn't filter anymore.
No, he doesn't have a filter with anything. But he's just pure cinema. He's just pure. I think it's really lovely because I grew up like doing sports, so I don't. Whenever directors try to get like emotional and like, I think that your character would be at this point. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, David's just like, that sucks. You know, that makes sense to me. And I'm like, okay, got it. Do it better this time.
No, he doesn't really say that to you, does he?
Of course. When he was breathing behind me when we were doing the diner scene on Silver Linings, he's behind the booth laying there and he has a monitor and he goes, and I can hear his breathing. I'm like, oh, he doesn't like this. And then he would go, oh, it's bullshit. Oh, it's bullshit. And I would just be like, what do you want? And he'd be like, just do it without bullshit. And then eventually I learned that meant lower my voice a little bit. And so now we just always work together because he knows bullshit equals lower voice.
Yeah. I bet you Eddie's one of the, you like the chatting about it, don't you?
I need to be like mollycoddled and told I'm great in order for me to do anything.
No, you do
I
not.
promise I do.
I'll
Jen.
never forget that head smack.
Oh, you've
from, what's it called? Theory of Everything.
No, but this was... So when we did this interview together, like, Jen, who's done more stunts and sort of action, brilliant set pieces, we were trying to talk about the film Theory of Everything, and she kept going back to the head smack. There's a moment
Sorry.
right in my head. She was like, tell me how you did it.
I know, you literally won an Academy Award for this performance, and I haven't said one thing to you about anything artistic about the movie. I'm like, did you do that head smack?
I in the interview tried to create some really complicated way in which I did it, whereas actually they sort of put a foam bit on the floor and they just made me tied my hands behind my thing and made me do that.
Oh, even whacking your head on foam without holding your hand, like, that's scary.
So brave.
And I have a
Well done you. Well done you. Now, I don't want to jinx anything, but Eddie Redmayne was here last New Year's Eve. As he left the building, I said, good luck with the Oscars. Oh, and he won an Oscar! He won an Oscar, ladies and gentlemen!
Thanks for that, Ben.
Yeah?
Very generous.
I was right before he ran out when you were introducing him. I realized we had been like talking and catching up, and then you were like, an Academy Award winner. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot. Congratulations. Never talked to you after that.
I know, and here's, and again...
Not on purpose.
Again, it's weird because you don't want to talk about these things, but you had a bad one. Was it the night you won your Oscar?
The night I won my... Oh, I don't want to talk about that night. I had a whole meltdown.
Okay.
That sounds riveting. I
It was
want to
a
talk about
series of things. It was like a birth control confusion, so I was like hormonal. I fell on my face. I forgot to thank the director. So I was just like, what does it all mean? Nothing. I came home crying, and then my friend was like, ordered the wrong pizza. It wasn't thin crust, it was thick crust. I was just like...
I imagine very different scenes in the Redmayne household.
Slightly different.
Oh, really?
Well, basically, I have a plethora of brothers, and their sort of favourite thing is to sort of come... Well, I did this film a couple of years ago called Savage Grace with Julianne Moore.
Keep going quickly.
Disastrous.
No, you left them at come.
And it's going to get worse. So I did this film a couple of years ago called Savage Grace, and it was one of my early... It was one of the first jobs. I was so proud of it. It was with Julianne Moore. It involved incest. I played her son, and she sleeps with him to sort of try and change her sexuality. Anyway, I was so pleased to have got a job. I'm so proud of it. And they came to the London Film Festival premiere, and it was only sort of as I was sitting down, surrounded by my family, with all my brothers sitting next to my dad, basically looking at him like this, as I was about to have to do a love scene with my mother in the film just to see what his reaction would be. Basically, that's always their thing. They just sort of sit next, they see who can get closest to dad in order to watch what his sort of perilous reaction is going to be.
Ooh. I had to kick my brother out from, like, award season for a little bit because he tried to arm wrestle Matthew McConaughey. He was, like, not into it. It was Winter's Bone. Nobody knew who I was, so he's... So there was
took down McConaughey.
And my mom, how is your mom during premieres?
She's pretty good, actually.
She's normal?
But only because I always say to her... I remember we had this amazing experience at the Tony Awards when she came as my date, and I was like, Mum, what happens at these things, I think, is they come up on cameras and they look at your face, so when I don't win, you've got to look... You know, you can't get, you know, really angry. And my mum, I love my mum, she is quite competitive. Anyway, this moment happened, and I was nominated for a prize, and then I was lucky enough to win, and I was so elated, but my mum I'd given such a grilling to that she just was sat there. I'm not allowed to react. I was like,
That's so funny.
Well, the whole family, I'm sure, will be very proud of your new film, The Danish Girl. It also opens tomorrow, and it's had a lot of press, and it is an extraordinary story, and more extraordinary because it's mostly true. Is it all true? Or?
You know, so it's based on Lily and Gerda's life, this couple who lived in the 1920s in Copenhagen, and Lily was one of the first people to transition to undergo gender confirmation surgery in the 1920s. And it's really about this. It's a really passionate love story about these two kind of extraordinary people.
And this film, they've been trying to get it made for years, and
it's been a long road, Graham.
And what's odd is that now that it finally comes blinking into the light, it's hit this moment when these issues are more high-profile than ever before. But that is just a coincidence?
It is, you know, so it's been 15 years in the making, and I was making Les Miserables about 4 or 5 years ago, and Tom Hooper, the director, he gave me the script, and he said he didn't say anything about it. He gave us a surreptitious brown envelope, and he said, have a read of this. And I was completely sucker-punched by it. I found it such a beautiful story. And I said, where can I sign up? Where can I... And he was like, no, this film's probably not going to happen for a while. And as you say, it's come out at this time, and there's been such a shift in the past year of sort of trans issues coming to the mainstream. But kind of what was staggering for me is their story happened almost 100 years ago, and it's sort of astounding how little progress there's been. It's only in the past couple of years that there really has been some change.
And it's one of those weird things for you as an actor that suddenly you have to become a kind of a spokesperson, or you're kind of representing in a way.
Well, it's incredibly... for me, it's wonderful because the story is so beautiful, and the people I met preparing to play the part was people from the trans community who were incredibly generous, and so the whole thing has been privileged, really, and getting to not in any way talk for the community because, but really to try and be an ally, learn to be an ally.
Yeah. All right, so we've got a clip from The Danish Girl. This is you and your wife, who we must also mention because she's fabulous in this film, Alicia Vikander. And this is the morning after Lily's first public appearance.
Exactly what happened between you and Sandor last night?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Did he know it was you?
It wasn't as simple as that.
I watched him kiss you, Einar, so could you please make an effort?
He may have known who I was, but I wasn't always me. So there was a moment when I was just Lily, and I think that he could see that. Do you see?
But Lily doesn't exist. We made her up.
I know.
We were playing a game.
I know we were. But then... something changed.
As I've already said, that comes out tomorrow as well. Now, the thing is, because it's so unusual to have two such young Oscar winners. You know, this is normally something that happens...
That's why we're friends.
Yeah! You're part of an elite club. But the other thing you share is quite short-lived careers in modelling.
Oh, I thought you just said short-lived careers.
I know.
Wow!
I was like, ooh,
Happy New Year!
Yeah.
So because you... Now, what was your big break? Was it
Where are we going
Vogue,
with this?
Esquire?
I think all of the above.
Talk about your modeling. Talk about it.
Or was it, in fact...
You want me to talk about my modeling?
No,
I think he's about to talk about the modeling.
Oh my God, do you have pictures?
Yes, because he did... look at these. Like, it's hard to make a jumper sexy.
True that.
But
Jumper, sorry.
I think he's managed it. Has wool ever looked hotter?
I mean, seriously.
Here's the thing. Your sweater has eyeballs.
That was a high point. But I think
my
you can actually
God.
still buy that, and it's the point of that is you can learn to knit it yourself. So you guys can take one of those home and knit it yourself.
Right, so I can buy the sweater, and then I have to do it myself as well.
No, actually, there's a classic thing in here. So, you know, when you want something for Christmas and you say to, like, your mummy or your granny, something, oh, I'd really like a really trendy sweat top. I'd like a really nice, trendy, zippy-up sweat top. And then they knit it for you.
That's the Christmas nightmare.
Isn't it? Yeah. But you still do some modelling, don't you?
Sporadically and very unsuccessfully.
Oh, stop it! You do big brands.
Well, I did a campaign for Burberry, which was very amazing, and I did it a few years ago, and Mario Testino shot it. Oh. And I remember doing it was when I was just starting out, and in this photograph there was a model and me, an actor, wannabe actor, and a musician. And Mario Testino, who I'd never worked with, who is one of the most extraordinary, brilliant people, but he's just almost, in that moment, he was almost like a sort of parody of himself. So we had to run and jump for the photograph. And he goes, he's literally got the camera there, and he goes, OK, so darling, you supermodel, you rock star, Eddie, you movie star, I'm Mario Testino, and 1, 2, 3, go! I leapt into the air. These two sort of pros, and me with this... But he gets the photos because they're so natural, ones of sort of shock and minor despair and wonder, I think, at the same time.
Because you
don't have my pictures.
No, I don't, because...
I'll tell you why.
Yes, tell us why, because it's really amazing job to get.
I was an Abercrombie model.
Get in. Abercrombie & Fitch, ladies and gentlemen,
Don't make your hoots. Wait till we get to the story.
We have the hoots.
So my pictures never came out. I did like the whole campaign and the pictures never came out, and I didn't know why. And my agent wrote and asked why, and they literally only responded with the photos. Because they, like, their whole, like, idea was, like, we want real people. So they, you know, they, like, got, I don't know, we were, like, on a beach, and then they threw us a football, and they're like, play football. And all the other models were, like, playing football, like, in a pretty way, you know, like, and not me. All of the photos, I've got a red face, covered in sweat, my nostrils are flared, I'm like, no! Give a picture. And, like, at one point, a girl yelled, just get her away from me. You won't see them in a store, that's for sure.
Good luck. Good luck to both of you. And I wish you all the best with both of these movies and with 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Redmayne and Jennifer Lawrence! Yay! And so to my next Hogmanay guest, Will Ferrell has made us laugh with films like Elf, Old School, Talladega Nights, and his star turn as legendary anchorman Ron Burgundy, while Mark Wahlberg is a multi-talented actor-producer who's given us drama in The Fighter, action in The Departed, and comedy in Ted and the Other Guys. Now they're back together in the hilarious new movie Daddy's Home. Here's Will as a stepfather trying to impress the kids in front of real dad Mark.
One lucky fan is going to get a chance to shoot from half court to win a family vacation to Disney World! That's right, and our lucky fan is sitting in section 113, row 6, seat 1. Where is he? Let's see it. Where is he? 113.
It's me. I win. I'm gonna make a Disneyland. I'm gonna make it right.
All right, sir, how you doing? What's your name?
First off, I love my kids.
He loves his kids. Let's give it up.
This one's for Dylan and Megan and Sarah and Dylan. But nothing but that.
All right, he's going for it. Nothing but that.
Please welcome Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg! It's a little later, so we thought we might roll out some real drinks because, Will Ferrell, you have a bar in New York dedicated to you.
Apparently I do, yes.
Have you been?
I haven't been.
That seems almost rude.
Yeah, it's a little...
They don't want him to come. It's a Will Ferrell
I
themed
think
bar,
it's
but they don't
called
want Will
Stay
Ferrell.
Classy, right?
Yeah, Stay Classy in New York.
Is that what it's called?
Stay Classy in New
Okay,
York. Yeah, it is. Well, we've got a selection. We've got a selection of cocktails.
You've been?
Yes.
Have you really
I was
been?
invited, yeah.
Oh.
I haven't been invited yet.
I can offer you, there's a cocktail called Great Odin's Raven. There's Smelly Pirate Hooker. There's a Whale's Vagina. Or, my favorite, I Piss Excellence. Do you fancy any of those?
Well, I've got to go for a whale's vagina.
A whale's vagina is... That's the whale's vagina. Okay.
No.
That's a Smelly Pirate Hooker, that one.
Yeah, give me the pirate.
Okay, have a Pirate Hooker. And I love Piss Excellence. How is your whale's vagina?
From what I remember, that's exactly... it should taste like. Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, it's very potent. Yeah. And Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, yeah.
everyone. Happy New Year.
So now, of course, Christmas is gone. How was Christmas? Mark Wahlberg, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was your best present?
I didn't get anything.
No more.
I didn't get anything. And I didn't give the kids anything. I figured, why bother?
Yeah, tough love.
No,
exactly.
Tough love at the
Didn't we
moment.
just do this last year?
And they're not going to remember
Do
anyway.
something original.
Yeah.
But Christmas for you must be amazing because you're Elf.
Yes, I'm Elf. But that's too scary for my children. They don't.
Well, it's not too scary for mine. How do I get Elf to show up to my house so I can be cool?
50,000 euros.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Do you have the tights on under the suit?
I have the tights on right now. Yeah. I've been wearing them since Christmas Day.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Now, as I say, the two of you brings us a festive treat in Daddy's Home, and it's in cinemas everywhere now. And it's a very kind of modern family comedy in that it's about the idea of a stepfather coming face to face with a biological dad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, the story of kind of the blended family that we're, coming across more and more. And yeah, I'm the stepfather to your kids, and I pride myself on being the world's greatest dad. I cry a little too much. I'm very emotionally available, which is sickening. And then Dusty comes into the picture.
Yeah, who is like
A real man's man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have to say, it's really, really funny. Lots of big laugh out loud moments, like the moment in the clip we just saw.
Right.
And that,
Which people thought was real when we were filming it.
Yeah, we shot at a national basketball game, and we only had 6 minutes. I basically said at halftime, stay in your seats because you can be in the scene of a movie, but they didn't tell them what we were doing. And then all of a sudden, Will stumbles onto the court, pretending to be drunk, and hits the
I had
cheerleader
at
in the
least
head with
5
a
or 6
basketball.
whales' vaginas.
And it just went viral. People were, going crazy all over the internet.
People thought I'd wandered into a live NBA basketball game and had taken the liberty to peg a cheerleader in the head, and that I should be severely reprimanded, which I couldn't argue with. But
also, like, it's just as well you are good at sports, because, if I was drunk, it would take me forever to try and hit that cheerleader in the
He hit
face.
that poor girl about 5 times in a row. I said, I think we got it on the first take. He's like, no, I didn't. I don't think she wants to do it again. I just need one.
she did.
One
She
more.
told me she did. Yeah.
Now, listen, you're both dads yourself. And, Mark, we've talked about your parenting style. You're firm but fair
Yes.
in the Wahlberg household. But you are very involved. Like, you're very hands-on. Mm-hmm. You go to all their sporting games if you
Oh,
can.
absolutely. Yeah, but they're not liking me at the games anymore. I get a little too crazy. I get a little too passionate.
Well, I know because they've taken pictures of you.
Oh, God.
This is, there's another picture. Look at it. You're really going for it in this next one. Look at that. You do kind of like, you
Was
must
that when you
know.
were coaching?
I'm not coaching. I'm
Oh,
on the
you're just on
sideline.
the sideline.
I'm just with the other parents.
Okay.
My wife always, she'll take, because I bring these chairs, she takes the chair and goes and sits down the other end. She acts like she doesn't know me.
Everyone knows you, so don't you think you should just tone it down?
I can't help it.
I've been there.
We just played in
I
the
did the same
championship
thing.
game,
Yeah.
and I couldn't even eat. I mean, my stomach was in butterflies. He's 9. My stomach was in butterflies,
Yeah.
and oh God, it was crazy. I lost my voice for about a week, screaming, yelling.
Or did they win?
No. So I had to beat him. I had money on that freaking game.
So did I. Yeah.
A little red button being like, is Mark joking? Will, you coach. You coach.
I coach. I've experienced the same thing. You forget.
He'd
that
be the
you're-
worst coach.
Why?
Because they could be down 20. Don't worry, guys, you're doing really good. You know what? There are a lot of positive things happening. Why are you crying? It's okay.
You learn more from
It's okay
defeat
to
than
join
winning.
it.
Have you ever said that out loud, Will?
Sadly, that's exactly my strategy. Yeah. But I did have a moment where I was screaming at my oldest son, who was 10 years old at the time, and I was like, Magnus! 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 And he stops in the middle of the game. He's like, what? And I realized I had lost my mind, and I just said, never mind. Just try to get closer to the ball. But it's hard. It's hard to not get wrapped up in the
And
excitement.
also, it must be hard because like everyone must recognize you at a game.
Usually, I was growing my mustache out for Anchorman 2 and coaching on the sideline, and the opposing coach was like, "You look familiar," and I go, "Yeah." And he goes, are you that actor? I'm like, I think so. And, he said, "Is that mustache real?" I said, "Yes. Why would I be wearing a fake mustache at a kid's soccer game?"
It's happened.
Honey, hold on. I got to put my fake mustache on so that I'm unrecognizable.
And this is your second movie together, so you obviously get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimmingly.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear it. But you have offended co-stars, Will Ferrell. Like, was it Harrison Ford? What happened with him?
Oh, yeah, this was not good.
You were from Harrison.
He shot on the first day of Anchorman 2, and we were all very nervous to work with him. And that's him, by the way.
Yeah. Audiovisual age.
Yeah.
That's him.
And he came into the trailer, and, you know, it's Harrison Ford, right? And I'm very diligent, as is Mark, when we're filming, like, go to bed early, don't usually go out to dinner. And he, as he's getting his makeup up, he's like, "Dinner?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I have something in my trailer." And then he leaves, and I realize I just turned down Harrison Ford for dinner. That's the end of the story.
It's kind of worse than that, isn't it? Because it's not like you're saying you had other plans. You're just
Not at
saying,
all.
I'm going to eat something.
I'm going to eat a bad styrofoam case full of food provided to me by catering. I'm not going to choose to have dinner with you, Harrison Ford, where you can regale me in stories. I'm choosing my boiled chicken. Yeah.
Have you seen him again?
I haven't. I've tried to find him.
I have.
Have you had dinner with him?
Yes.
What has he said?
He told me to tell you to go fuck yourself. And that you are a pompous, arrogant piece of shit.
I don't think Mark will say this. And then I look down. My next question is, Mark Wahlberg, you had an extraordinary gig a few months ago.
Oh, with the Pope.
Yeah. You hosted the Pope.
Yes, I did.
Did the Pope recognize you?
No. He hasn't watched television since the mid-'80s.
Except he does love the Graham Norton show, and he's going to be appalled at your language.
I already apologized for my language in the movies that I've done. I didn't know if he was a movie fan or not, and I was hugging this young boy who has an amazing voice. I mean, really a gift from God, and all of a sudden, he comes out and goes, "I really loved you in Ted." I said, "This kid's like 10, 11 years old." I said, "That's inappropriate for you to watch that." And then I had to apologize and explain myself.
And did you hang out in any sense?
No, we had a brief encounter, was able to say hello, and we exchanged some pleasantries, and that was pretty much it. I've met presidents. I've never seen so many people from all walks of life, and 2 million people were at this event, to come to see, just to get a glimpse of this man.
Wow.
And he was on the move. Originally, he was going to leave, and they started basically cutting bits of the show as we were going. I'm hosting the show, so they're telling me, well, this is going and that's going. But then, what is his name? That wonderful singer.
Tony Bennett?
No.
Josh Groban.
Josh
No.
Groban.
Placido Domingo.
Harry from One Direction.
You're making me make it harder to
okay.
remember.
Sorry.
What kind of music?
Opera. He's a wonderful gentleman. He has a problem with his eyes.
Andrea
Bocelli.
Bocelli.
Yes.
Why
A
don't I
problem with his
introduce-
eyes. He's blind. Kept bumping into things. He's a problem. Yeah.
So anyway, so then the Pope decided to stay, and then Bocelli kept going and singing more and more songs, and then they had a moment together.
Because he couldn't see the signal to stop.
That's what the lady was.
Yeah.
She was like, I thought she was. We're good. I thought she was. The Pope left.
Right. It's time for music, and we're delighted to welcome back a young band for whom 2015 has been an amazing year here, performing one of their biggest hits, Shine. Please welcome Years and Years. Oh. Come on, guys. Come on, Bill. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Thank you. Well done. Have a seat, Bill. There you go. Years and Years. It's Mark Wahlberg. It's Will Ferrell. Sit down. Well done. Happy New Year. You good? You
Hi.
good? You're all good? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm quite emotional.
I was going to ask you what was. I was going to ask you what were your highlights of 2015, but this is probably it. Yeah, this is it. This is it.
Still got his hand on my back, by the way.
This is comfort.
But it has been an amazing year. Because this time last year, people didn't. Well, I certainly didn't really know who years and years were.
Oh, cheers. You don't know who we are, though.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think we're singing that song on the way
I
over
do
here.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all in.
Yeah. So apart from this, what are you doing tonight?
Oh yeah, because it's New Year's. We're going to have a few Wales
Whale's vaginas?
vaginas.
What does it taste like?
Whale's vagina.
He wouldn't know.
And you would? Oh, right, that's a gay thing. Yeah. Why would he know what a whale's vagina tastes like? Not like me. I'm in Melville over here. Okay, this is midnight fast approaching, so let's have a final visit of the year to our big red chair. So, who's here? Oh, hello.
Hello.
You're on the television.
I know.
Woohoo! Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What's your name?
My name's Alex.
Alex. Lovely. Are you from Scotland?
Yes, I am.
Home of Hogmanay. And what do you do?
I'm an engagement manager for a students' union.
She's not dressed right for the red chair.
What do you want her to
Looks
wear?
like that skirt's going to go flying over her head when she gets to
Well, we may find out in a minute, Mark. you keep your eyes on the prize. Everywhere. Okay, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yes, it's to not be so vain.
Not be so vain.
Yes.
Okay, off you go.
Okay, so a couple of years ago when I was at university, my friends Catherine and I were cycling to netball practice. So...
It's on nothing. It's on nothing.
We really didn't.
we didn't. Okay, who's up next? Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
I'm James.
James, all right. And where are you from, James?
I'm from London.
Okay, lovely. And what's your New Year's resolution?
So my New Year's resolution next year is going to be never to get in a helicopter with Ed Miliband.
Good resolution. We could probably all make that resolution. Sure. And probably keep it. Okay, why...
Miliband!
If Ed Miliband turns on the TV now, he'll be so amazed. They remember me.
His resolution will be not to get in one with me.
Oh, okay. So what happened? What happened? Sorry, yes.
So I used to be an army officer, and when I was a captain, I used to be the aide to the commander of British forces in Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Ed came out to visit. I was managing his visit, and I'd called in a helicopter to take us to the next serial. But then I realised that the day before I'd had Afghan food, and I had a bit of a gurgle in my stomach. And I ran towards the portaloos that were the one side, just the other side of the helicopter land site, but I didn't make it. And I ended up being covered in what you can imagine you get from eating too much Afghan dairy. Anyway, I heard the helicopter come into land.
So, just 1 second, let me just make... He shot himself. He shot himself. Sorry, clear.
Yeah. Where's Ed Miliband?
So I heard the helicopter come into land.
Ed Miliband's there. Oh. You missed that bit. Ed Miliband was visiting.
Yeah.
He's visiting him. Yeah. He's now shot himself, and a helicopter's landed.
Who? He has or Ed Miliband?
No, he shot himself. Ed Miliband dry as a bone.
Clean.
Good as gold.
For now.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
So Ed's at the HLS with all the party, all the press, everything like that. I have to run covered in my own shit all the way to the helicopter, run onto the helicopter, and I get on, I go right to the back. But who comes and sits next to me but Ed? Oh. And as you know, if anyone has shit themselves, once you've started, once that's gone, you can't stop it again. So he sat there next to me, he knows, and it comes flowing out again as the helicopter lifts off.
Wow.
And the grooves of the Chinook, it's going up and down. And there's only one person that knows it's me. There's the girl that's the door gunner, the RAF door gunner. She's just got her eyes burning into me, just knowing exactly what's happened. The helicopter has to be down for cleaning for 2 hours, taking it offline. And the best bit is that when Ed was flying back from Kabul to London, the plane that he was flying on had to get diverted to Muscat because he came down with the same sickness and he was stuck there for 24 hours.
Oh! That is a very... Sorry, quick, one question. Stay there. You're going to walk, but we need to go to one question.
What's the name of the restaurant, or are they open on New Year's Eve?
Great go.
You can walk.
Thanks.
There you go. Already feeling this. That was compelling. That was compelling. That was very good. Well, everyone in the big red chair. And if you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in that chair, you can. Contact us via our website at this very address. That is it for tonight and indeed for this year. Thank you to all my guests tonight, Jennifer Lawrence and Eddie Redmayne. Years and years. Mark Wahlberg. And Mr. Will Ferrell. We'll be back on Friday the 8th of January with musical guest James Bay, comedian Tracy Ullman, and the magnificent Ray Fiennes. Until then, have a very happy New Year. Good night, everybody.